there's anything I can do for you, let me know, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and
Thank you so
watch
much.
these stairs.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay, have fun. Yeah, see you.
You gonna drive your vehicle?
Yeah,
your
just
car?
a regular one.
Not the unleaded one.
Nope.
Yeah, this is neat here.
This is great.
I wish there was bathrooms closer, but other than
Yeah,
that,
there's always something.
there's always there's always gonna be something.
Yeah. No worries.
And this is called a seed.
A Kia seed is from Korea, South Korea. It's
We have
pretty good.
Kias, but
Yeah.
I've never seen this.
This one, well, I don't know if it's also in the US, but works for me.
So we're gonna go to your hometown, and that's that automatic thing you were talking
Yeah, that's
about.
the automatic one.
So this thing automatically tells the time that you park,
Yes,
so you don't have to deal with
so
it.
I don't have to deal with it at
Where
all.
they were, the other place they were putting the dial,
Yeah,
and putting it on the
yeah.
dash. You don't have to deal with that. That's pretty cool.
Well, it's convenient. That's what it
And
is.
isn't that what we just want? May I turn this down?
Yes, you can. Just
Okay,
turn it
thank
off.
you.
No,
So what's the name of this town?
It's called Tapanoia.
Tapanoia,
yeah.
Denmark.
Yeah. One sec. Better put on.
Hello.
This is small town Denmark, just like in small town USA.
Yeah. The houses are different looking, but
Yeah, it's
still and
quaint.
there it is, those ladders on the roof again,
Yeah, right.
made in the roof.
Well,
They seem to be, in Finland, they're on every house.
here it's kind of,
Hit and miss.
some have it, some don't.
Hey, look at that thing right there.
Oh yeah, nice.
Kør hen til den fremfyrede mur. Kør 250 meter, derefter drej til højre på Iverdrupvej.
And the whole of Denmark is basically.
Drej til højre på Iverdrupvej.
This thing doesn't know. This thing's saying crazy stuff.
Yeah, look at this church.
I know, it's beautiful. Can we stop for a moment?
Yes, we can.
All right. So it's Everdrup, the name of the Everdrup.
That's this town. Yeah.
Okay. Look at
And
this.
this is also a bus station.
This
a
is the
local bus station.
Everdrup bus station. And then you've got this little. Now, what's this crazy character here with the bird on it?
Well, it looks like a kind of Atlas kind of figure.
It does.
He's got the load of his road on his shoulders. So it looks like. I don't
He's
know
got a
what
bird on there
I don't
too.
know, he's got a bird on there.
Oh, Kong Ever. It says it right here.
Oh, good.
I don't know what that means, but it says it. It's a mythical figure, I
Yeah.
would assume.
This old story tells 100 years ago there were on this ground two kings that were brothers, Kong Ever and Kong Skrie. Ever means forever and Skrie means shout. King Skrie lived in the Sterlingesko. And Kong Ever lived in Everdrup. That's right here.
So that's Kong Ever, the king
Yeah.
of here, of Everdrup.
Yes, and he, Kong Ever built this church and founded this town. Okay. The figure that you see here shows him carrying a stone for the foundation of the church.
Oh, for the church. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
When he died, he took 2 steps towards east. And those footprints can be seen on the land. And it's presumed that his earthly remains reside somewhere here. They're not sure.
So they're not sure that he's buried in this town.
but they presume it.
But where are the 2 steps at that they're talking
They
about?
should be somewhere here.
So you think maybe at the church?
I'm thinking somewhere here on the land, because it says on the land. On the land, on the mark. That means on the fields.
Oh, okay.
But he is basically remembered and praised for building this church that you see.
Interesting. Because he almost looks like a mythical figure.
He looks like a mythical figure, and he looks pretty well built.
Yeah.
He's muscular.
Yeah, he's really moved some stones.
Yeah, and he looks like a guy around 50. So he's working hard. You can tell he's not dragging.
So I wonder where those marks are, where the steps are.
Well, the fields are all around, because this is really the countryside.
So you're saying it could be anywhere in the fields,
Yeah.
not necessarily where we're at.
But the church has a clue as to when it was built.
1637.
1637.
Wow.
1637. So that's the age of the church. We could go and have a quick look. I don't know if it's closed or open. If you want to, we can have
Yeah,
a quick
let's go see.
It's a solid building.
Yeah. Well, he was saying that where we were staying at is really, the walls are 2 feet thick,
Oh wow.
all brick. That's why it made it 140 years, no problem.
One thing that I find interesting about Danish graves is that sometimes they mention the job that the person had.
The what?
Sometimes it mentions
How they died?
the type of job they had.
Oh, you know what? Now this is a similar idea, but this is completely off the subject. The phone books in Memphis that I go do all my research in
Yeah.
tell you what people did for a living.
Interesting.
They're in
That's
the phone books.
Yeah.
So some of these are recent graves, 78,
Yes.
49. So where are the graves at?
Well, they
I mean,
are.
they're all on top of each other.
Well, I'm basically thinking that some of these graves are. I'm not sure. I'm not sure in this case. But
Because I mean, you've got 2 of these.
I'm thinking that some of these graves are cleared, and they basically put them on the side. But these are active graves. But I'm thinking that these are graves that have been cleared.
What does that mean?
That they are the stones are put on the side, and the graves are emptied. Emptied.
So what did they do with them?
Well, some of them ended up being cremated anyway, after like 20 years,
So they'll dig them up,
Dig 'em
cremate
up.
the remains.
and burn them. Yeah.
Wow! And then they move the stones over to the edge.
Yeah.
Wow!
That is sometimes done.
I have never heard of that, Arden.
Look here. Here it says this guy is Hans Christian Jensen, and what it says about him is that he is a huiseier. That means that he's a house owner. That's an interesting.
Huh. So it just says that he owned a house.
Yeah.
Like, so that was a big deal.
Yeah. And this is, I hope I translated correctly. This is a. It's not a car. It's a wagon maker.
Wow.
Wagon maker. And he was 1776 when he died.
And he was born in 35, just
Yes,
like Elvis.
just like EP. Yeah.
And they got the number wrong there. It looks like they tried to fix it with
It
19.
looks like they changed it. Yeah.
Wow. I've never heard of it, but it makes sense
Yeah.
because you make more room.
You make more room. And this was a. This is a murer. That's a bricklayer.
Huh. His name was Fred.
Well, it's
This is Fred down at the bottom.
H.P. Frederickson, and they called him.
Called him Fred.
No, wait a second. I have to tell you, Fred, as it's called here,
Yeah.
it means peace or rest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Fred.
it has nothing to do
Fred.
with his
No,
last name.
no,
That
it's
means
Fred.
rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
So where we say R.I.P., they say Fred.
Fred. Elle Fred i hvile. Rest in peace. Fred i hvile. Yeah.
This is so interesting.
Yeah.
We're in a church at Denmark, friends.
And this is what do you call somebody who does things with iron?
Iron worker.
Iron worker.
One
Yeah.
who works with iron. My last name is actually German for that. Stallings means
German.
ones who work with steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah.
Wow.
And this is, I think you could almost guess it yourself. This
So
is
he was a gardener.
He's a gardener.
This is amazing.
Yeah. This is also a bit of Danish culture, because you can also see, in many ways, the respect, because these grounds are well kept
Oh, it's beautiful
and
here.
respected, and the dead are respected and loved.
They really are. It's amazing.
It's such a beautiful area. Here you can see it again, because here it says God's Guds fred, peace from God.
God's peace.
Peace from God.
Yeah.
God's peace.
So I never knew that Fred meant peace.
Yes. And this is another one that you will not, I don't think you will see this in the US. I'm not sure. This is again a house owner, but here it says, thank you for everything.
Wow.
Thank you for everything. That's an unusual stone.
That one is too. Look at these
Yeah.
things.
They're
It's like
little-
they're hand carved out
yeah,
of a
out
big
of
stone.
a stone that they found. Here it says simply, thank you.
Tack.
Tuck, yes. And here it says, this guy's job, he was a trader. Or maybe salesman.
Of some sort.
Yes.
A lot of Jorgensen.
Yes. Frans Jurgensen. And here, and his wife, Holga Jurgensen. Yes.
Amazing. Boy, when that sun goes down, it gets chilly, doesn't it?
Yeah. This is an old stone. It's basically impossible to read.
You may be able to do an etching on it, though.
Yeah.
You know how they'll put the paper over and...
Yeah. This is another one that's hard to read because of the weather elements. Here it says first teacher, and it also mentions the school where he worked.
Wow.
Yep.
So they put a lot of
Care into it, yes.
care, but different things than what we would...
Look at these stones. These are really well kept, well maintained graves.
And these are active graves, the ones
These
that are out
active
here.
graves.
But at some point, they'll come in here and dig this up. And look at how they plant the stuff.
It depends on. Oh man, that's.
That's
I feel sorry
2017.
about this guy is younger than me.
Very young.
I was born on July 24th. This guy was born on August the 8th.
Mm.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
And that's grave 48, it says.
Yeah. But there are also some graves here in
50.
Denmark that are eternal graves. They will not be. And sometimes it's also, I think you also have that in the US, just words of affection. Like Bamse is like a teddy bear, and this is like teddy bear dad.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have his name on there.
It doesn't
or is
have-
it for?
But it's not necessary, because it's this is how this person was known to the people that loved him, and that's what it's about. It's not about having your name on a stone, but it can also sometimes be just a word of affection.
Wow.
So he's teddy bear dad.
And that's how everybody knew him.
Yeah, that's how they knew him. And here it says, God is our Savior.
Hello.
And here it says, He makes all things good.
Amazing. That person died very young too.
Yeah, correct.
23.
Very young.
Mm-hmm. Fred.
And
Peace.
he was in control of telephone cables. Telefoonbestuurder.
Wow.
And this means, this is also fairly common. Elsket, o saunet, loved and missed.
Wow. Amazing.
Beautiful stones.
Yeah, this is a beautiful place out here.
Yes.
Oh, look at the back of that church.
That's beautiful.
It is.
It says family grave.
And this says 1774. This side. So they added
Onto the original church. Let's look at some of these. I'm wondering what this building is.
It's like a little burial chapel.
Well, I'm thinking you would use the church for that.
It could be for the machinery to do the graves.
Yeah, right. Look at this way.
1906.
1906. Looks to be in a good shape though.
Yeah, that's well over 100 years old.
Yep.
So this guy was a farm owner.
Here you can see that the names.
So that rain at exactly 8 o'clock. And they're here working on a boat. So they do regular stuff, just like we do.
And this guy was a bookbinder. And this was somebody who was renting out for Bakte. What he was renting out, well, probably land or houses.
So if you were wealthy, they put that on the grave, kinda.
People, I think, are defined by what they do, by the work they do.
So
Here, another first teacher.
yours
Or
we
it
say.
could be, I think it's an old word for head teacher. Will Iflo, rest in peace.
That is 1889. This gate, let me get a picture of that.
1889.
So it's not original to the church. You think it's open?
I think they closed it, but let's see. You don't know. It's open, or
Oh, this is. I thought it was the front door.
nope. They
And
said
it's
the
a-
entrance is right here. Ingang.
Oh, it's telling you the entrance is around here. That's funny.
I'm thinking, what could be here?
Is this a little door the entrance?
Yeah.
these steps are tiny.
This is getting tricky.
Yeah, what is this?
I don't know.
Is this a grave in here? It's like a giant rock that the church is built on top of.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
There's a light. Do you see a switch?
Should be somewhere here. And here there's a switchboard. And there's a...
Oh, it goes up.
goes up. There's birds here.
That's automatic. You see
It's
that?
automatic, yeah.
Oh, there's the bell.
Those are
Wow.
bells.
We just heard that bell.
Yeah. It will probably not be good if we were standing here
And it rained.
while these things rain. These are powerful
Yeah, look,
bells.
they have the ear things. And that says 1848.
Yep.
Wow, these things are huge.
They are.
And they're mechanical now.
They also. I think they weighed like a ton.
Yeah. Yeah, very thick. That is incredible. Yeah, you don't see this every day.
No. And here's somebody. This is like an early form of graffiti. Somebody wrote 1911 here. KN 1911. That's pretty impressive.
It is. This is really neat.
It's really cool.
There's a lot of carvings
Yeah.
here in the walls. Yeah, what are all these? It says 46?
Yeah. Here's the 1848.
Wow, this is incredible.
Yeah. These are rules for the
Ringing.
ringing, yeah. Many clocks are destroyed by bad treatment. A church clock is a fine instrument of hard materials, and it should be treated with care. It's got all these small rules. Never stop the clock with a sudden pull.
So that is if you were going to do it by hand.
Yeah.
Now it's all mechanically
Now
driven.
it's all mechanic, but this is, you can see this is also old Danish. Like here you have double A's. That's the way they used to write it in the old times, many years ago. Yeah, this
So I
is-
think before it rings the bell, it opens that door right there.
Yes. I'm thinking you're probably right.
So that door
But you
opened
can see
earlier.
it's now, yeah, it's all mechanical. But yeah, these are quite loud, as you just
Yeah, they
you
were.
just heard them.
They'd bust our eardrums if we were
Yeah.
up here.
That they would. Well, you know, this in many ways was the focal point of all life, not just all social life, but all life.
Amazing that they've mechanicalized this thing.
Yeah, but still, the integrity of the original intent has been kept. I like that.
Yeah, it's
They've made it work in modern ways, but the integrity has been maintained.
yeah. They just added to it. They
Yeah.
didn't cut into it. You could see where they added to the existing stuff. They didn't modify anything.
No.
You could take it back off. Amazing. I wonder what it's.
Right there.
There's a hammer right there.
Yeah.
There's a door here. Wonder where that goes. Yeah. This is the clock. Wow. This is the inside of the clock, Arjun.
Really?
Yeah. There's gears and all kinds of stuff. Look in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the mechanics behind it all. Wow.
Amazing.
That is really amazing. This is like the heart of the church.
Yes.
Well, we don't want it to be pounding right now.
No. No, we don't.
Boy, oh boy.
I never had any idea we would be able to go up in here.
No, but in a way it doesn't surprise me.
It's going to make a great video.
This is really neat.
It is. Don't fall.
No, it's small steps.
For man,
Yeah,
giant steps for
great
Arjun.
step for yeah, giant steps for me. You don't want to fall here.
No. That turret that we went down a while ago.
Yeah.
Wow, so this is the workings of the bell and the
sure,
clock,
yeah.
all the new stuff. And then those are weights that used to work something, and I guess they don't use them anymore. They cut them loose.
Yeah, they cut them loose. It's what they used in the old days.
Yeah, that's probably for the clock.
Yeah.
But this is a giant rock that's built under the church.
I'm wondering if the rock has been here always.
Yeah, the Rock of Ages.
Yeah.
Huge. Amazing. I'm shocked that this is unlocked, but I guess you're out here in a tiny town.
But you know, who's going to do something and what are you going to steal, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, there's something over here. This goes to another area. I'm just going to look. So this is, I almost wonder if this is graves, Arjun. Maybe. I mean, they're shaped very oddly, and they're covered with bricks. Wonder why they built this then. Oh, you know what? This may be the ceiling when you're in the church.
right.
It may be over your head.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
Because this may be the top, over the top of your head in the church.
Right.
That's why it's got that odd shape. This lasted a long time.
This is almost like a step in history.
It is. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it.
Wow.
So we're still not. So this is the entrance to the church. And I think we were above that. I think we were up there. So the ceiling,
Yeah, we were there.
I bet you can't get in here.
Well,
Yes.
this part is locked.
Locked.
At present.
May I look through there?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, you can't see anything past this little section. Can you see the ceiling up there?
You can see bits and pieces. Yeah, right. You can see.
Yeah, that's where we were, up on top of that.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
I don't know if you can film through the glass, but I think you can get at least something.
Amazing looking. So yeah, where we were at was on the top of that. It
Yeah.
looked like graves because they were shaped like bricks.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how high up we were.
You know, the thing is, you will see churches that are far more elaborate than this, but I like the simplicity of it
Yeah, it's beautiful.
and the purity.
This place is incredible.
This is.
You stop the flash.
Oh, I had to look whether the bird that was up there is a living bird, but it is.
Oh, on the top of the...
It's now flying away.
Wow.
It's a very pure structure,
It is.
but this looks solid. Real.
Well, up top, the brick looked very thick.
Yeah.
In the shape of it. This thing's not going anywhere. And look, that's wood under that. No, that's rock. I'm sorry.
That's right. Look at the stones they used. And it seems that at some point they decided that that window should be
Closed in. But you know, if you think about it, this, I would assume that this would be similar to the construction of something in Holland.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this looks like the Colonel's house.
This looks like the color. Yeah. Well, it does.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Right.
Yeah.
So that may be
I
why he
remember-
chose that house, because it made him think of home.
Well, he, in his home, he did have, you know, Delft blue.
Yeah.
We are going to Delft.
Yeah.
So check that one out.
Yeah,
we'll
definitely.
check that one out.
Yeah, he had Delft blue in there
Well,
for sure.
yes, yeah.
So this looks like his house.
I do remember this from your video.
Yeah, it
This-
had this same structure. It had
Yes.
these rocks on the outside
Yes.
like this. So I think that's very telling. See, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You go visit somewhere and you start putting the stories together and go, oh, I see
Yeah.
why this happened, you know, why that happened.
Maybe if I'm a little cheeky, I can do it quick. This is a back room of some sort.
That's a peeping Argent, friends.
Yeah, you can argue.
So this is interesting. They have the shovel, the stuff to work in the garden, just
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah, and garbage, and it's even.
Numbered and named.
Yeah, it's
type of garbage.
this is kind of like paper and plastic, and this is green garbage.
So that's stuff that they could put back into the garden.
Yes,
Interesting. And that looks like hats for gnomes right there.
it does. It does.
So garden gnomes, they have hats here waiting
This
for
one-
them.
This one is from 1793.
Wow,
This stone.
that is way back.
This one. Okay, you gotta help me with. Yeah, I'll take your photo. This one. I need some help with.
It says
1808, I'm thinking.
1788. The top one.
1788.
And the bottom one, 1869.
Right.
So 1788
Yes.
to 1869. So they lived to be what? Almost 81?
81.
Yeah.
thereabouts, yeah. And this one is 1793. And
Wow.
it just has this kind of. It's like this kind of.
Hand
big
carved.
W, hand carved
W.
W something.
We'll take a pic of that.
This is probably closed. Yeah.
Yes. $1637 on this side. And that's metal, by the way.
Yeah.
That is steel sticking out.
That's not going anywhere.
There's the clock.
Beautiful clock.
It is, that's amazing. I'm gonna zoom. So we saw the inner workings of that.
Yes.
And that's the door that opens right there.
Yep.
So there's two doors that open then. There's one on the far side and one right here.
Yeah.
It sounded like they were coming fast.
Yeah. That's why I was running.
So now you know, friends.
Typical bus.
So that shows you when we stopped.
Yep.
So bus stop right here. Amazing. So there's your town,
There's my town.
Nestved,
Yep.
which is 15 kilometers from here.
Yep. Right. So that's about 10 miles.
Let's check it
These
out.
old farms. Yep.
So friends, we are in Denmark, and there's a John Deere tractor right there.
Yes.
Nothing runs
Yeah.
like a deer, even in Denmark.
That's right. Europe are from Denmark.
So that's a Christmas tree farm right there.
Christmas tree, yeah.
And they actually have them
Labeled.
labeled and tagged, so the highest one they'll take first, maybe.
Yep.
Wow. That looks like a big operation.
Yeah, it's different parts of Denmark. It's a good source of income.
And Christmas is big in Europe.
Yes. And we still call it Christmas, by the way.
Well, that's the most important thing. Because without Christ, it really doesn't matter.
No, because that's the center focus of it.
That was giant quail. What is that?
Yeah, that's we call it a pow. I
not-
will find the correct word.
They're
for
not
it.
quail. They're too big.
They're bigger.
They're really large.
That was a running cat,
Yeah.
I believe.
I saw some sort of an animal go across.
You'll see deer here.
Is that a giant pile of snow? Out in the
Let me
country?
see. That looks
Or is it-
like
Sand.
no, that's a sand. That's a kind of sand.
Wow.
I don't know why it's
Maybe they use it for the field. It's a lot of hedgerows right
Yeah.
at the road. And you know, to quote Robert Plant, if there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a sprinkling for May Queen. And see, we don't have hedgerows back home. Not by the road.
standing structure in Denmark,
Okay,
which
so
is from the 14th century.
you're going to show us the oldest standing structure in Denmark.
Yeah.
14th century, which would be
14th
1300s.
century, yes. 1300s. Nestved is an old. It has been. It's an important town because it's an old trade town, and trade, as you know, is always the center focus of a society. So that's why this city has always been very, thriving. Plus, it has a harbor, and a harbor always brings a lot of trade to any town.
And it brings
Yes.
money. It brings
Brings
wealth.
money. So this has been more or less a wealthy town throughout many years.
There was a duck standing out in the middle of that field.
Ducks?
Yeah.
That means sign that says slow down.
And so you kicked it.
Yep. No.
So are they church? Are they going to church? Is that what all those cars are?
Well, today in Denmark.
There's
is-
the you were talking about the solar panels.
Yes, right.
I'm sorry. You said
But,
today?
today is the day
Here.
of prayer.
Let me get this. Can I get this?
Yes, you can.
How do I roll this down?
I will do it for you.
Thank you. Now see, this is incredible looking. That's like something you see at Disney World, not in real life.
This is real life.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Wow.
There was a guy looking out of the window.
Was he?
What are they doing?
Well, he's on the...
Look at this ceiling then.
Yeah, that's that glossy paint that I was talking about. Yeah, these homes are beautiful.
Oh, they're very nice. And believe me, I know a lot of them. They are spacious.
Yeah, these are really large homes.
Yeah, they're
Now in England, they try to act like that the homes are tiny. So is it different here?
No. It's you know, but I think Danish culture and English culture are quite connected. As you know, the Danes conquered England in 1066. So there's many cultural similarities.
And they've never let them forget it either. I mean, there's a crazy amount of rocks.
Looks to me like there's a huge amount of rocks. But he says they came here because of the Ice Age.
So they brought it with the ice.
Yeah, the ice.
And it
broke
left
the
it.
source. Yeah, left it here, deposited on the earth.
Well, there's a bunch of them. Well, you would think if that's the case, they'd pick them up and get rid of them.
But all of this land, you can see, you know, the hills and so forth. I love those colors.
Yes, beautiful. You don't let those speed bumps slow you a bit.
No, to a certain extent.
You're all but jumping them.
We just jumped them. As a kid, I used to watch Dukes of Hazzard.
Yes, Evil
Probably a bad
Knievel.
influence. Oh, I love those. And also the 18, Magnum PI.
Now, what's the deal with the lines through the, like there's a red line through that sign back there?
Oh yeah, that means you're leaving that town.
Oh, okay,
It
so you're
says-
leaving the town,
You're
leaving
leaving-
the speed limit.
Yeah, leaving the town, leaving the speed limit.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Runner back.
A runabout.
Yeah.
Now, it's telling you a sharp curve, like a zigzag curve.
A back is it's runner. I think is a local name, and a back is a kind of hill. So
Now, that old house is really, really old, but you saw a big screen flat TV in there.
sure. You know,
The modern and the old.
modern influences,
And there's a lot of these little ponds
small ponds
in
yeah.
the towns. Very ornamental.
Yeah, decorative.
Very
There's another
pretty.
church.
Wow, look at that one. That's got 2 clocks on the outside.
2 clocks.
Yeah, they couldn't do the one like the other
But
church.
look at how beautiful the gardens are.
Amazing.
And all of them are so well maintained.
It's beautiful.
But usually they have their own gardeners. Some
Need some
dad
dad time.
Well,
Yes, sir.
I feel the same way. That's always the downside of doing these tours. That, but maybe next time I will bring him along, because I also want him to, you know, learn all the ins and outs of the touring, and maybe they can use it in their future life. That's what I hope for. You know, in a small way, they get to see how a company works from beginning to end. So I'm hoping that's educational for my kids. This is what they say is the last sand that the giant had.
Oh, the giant.
Yeah, that's the last sand. These 2 big hills.
So there's a legend in this area that there was a giant carrying sand,
Yes.
and he didn't know there was a leak in the bag,
Yeah.
and he was coming to conquer.
Yeah, he was coming to this area and he got annoyed, and then he threw the last bits of sand right here.
And that's what those 2 big hills are.
Yeah.
But if you look, there's other sand, there's other mountains, smaller ones,
Yeah.
leading to here like the sand leaked.
Right.
Interesting.
But I think people here, they like that kind of local folklore, you know, the history, and it seems like people are holding on to it, you know, because we live in such a no-nonsense society where everything is based on science and data and facts. So I think people kind of enjoy, you know, these myths that we have, stories, kind of.
These tall tales.
Yeah, it adds a kind of extra flavor to life.
I think that's why the Elvis story works so well.
Yep.
It's kind of a bigger than life fairy
It
tale.
is bigger than life, and you know, it is a bigger than life story. You know, this young guy from the deepest south and coming from a dirt poor family, and he became the king of rock and roll.
So those signs back there that had the cars, the two different colors, what does that mean? That you can pass? Or that there's 2 lanes of traffic?
If there's it's 2 lanes. If there's a stripe through it, then it says you cannot do it.
So there's no stripe. So it's just telling you there's 2 lanes of
2
traffic,
lanes, yeah.
and that you can pass if you're given the opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven right there, friends.
Yep.
In Denmark. We saw it in Finland as well.
Yeah.
So are those lights?
Those are lights.
Well, it's a lot of trouble for street lights, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems to be that way. Yeah. A lot of wiring.
Yeah, we have them, but we don't have them hanging like that. I've noticed that they're at the airport. They were hanging like that.
Yeah.
It's havoc for a drone. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to have to fly around it.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to fly into the wiring.
No, I actually flew. I was in Las Vegas at the underground house that the guy built.
Yeah.
That's hidden. And I flew into a wire about that big around, and it broke the propellers on one side, but it didn't crash. It's so light it kept flying.
That's good.
Yeah, I was glad. But do you know the house I'm talking about? Oh, look at there.
He's right here. Hi, Alexander.
Hey.
So, hop in.
So friends, this means you got to watch this area because there's bicycle people crashing into each other.
Yep, that's what it means. Driving into each other.
If it happens right here. Right there. Right here. You doing okay?
Well, he
You been
says,
good?
He
You have
says
a good day?
he's been freezing.
Oh, it's cold? Where's your coat? No coat. When I was young, I didn't get cold. When I get older you get, the colder you get.
Well, that depends on, you know, the activity. So he got cold.
Yeah, I bet. It's
But,
chilly. When that sun goes
chilly.
down, it gets really
When the sun
chilly.
goes down, it's cold. Yeah, I get that. He was basically shot to pieces the moment you came on Facebook. That's understood. This is the harbor area.
Oh, wow.
And this is basically...
Look at that giant church up there.
Yeah.
Or some beautiful churches.
Yeah.
They all have that tower.
Yes. With that kind of step look.
Yeah. And see, it's got a clock on the side of it too. I see a theme. All right, so this is another mythical character with kind of a unusual superpower.
Yeah, well, how much can you say in your videos?
Well, I may have to
Censor it a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a challenge.
There's some, there's gonna be some challenge there. Oh, let me see if I can park it up there.
Looks like some of these cars may get ready to move. Where is it at in the park? Right here?
It's pretty close by here.
Right here by the church. All right, friends. This is Arjan's son, right here. He's gonna hang out for a little while. You doing good?
Yeah.
You having a good day?
Yeah.
You warm now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hi Sheila. Jeg har hentet Alexander.
So we're going to go see a, is it a Denmark-wide character?
It's a local character.
So it's a local
she comes
character.
from this area.
And it's called
Slattenpatten.
Slattenpatten.
Yeah.
And the deal is that she has this mythical superpower
Yeah.
that deals with a part of her body, or two parts of her body that would be identical generally.
That's correct.
Is that so?
Yeah,
can we go take a look at Slattenpatten
Yeah.
and maybe try to understand what this superpower is?
Yes, let's
Okay.
do that.
All right.
Let's do that.
Let's
Yeah.
go. So there's a beautiful
this is
church.
A former monastery.
Oh, this was a monastery.
This part.
That part. That looks like a monastery. Beautiful.